Nation, welcome back to another quick video. This person texted me. By the way, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, leave a comment. If you don't know what to put, just put a robot emoji. That's going to help shatter the algorithms. I got a question today from someone who texted me at 949-415-6256, which, by the way, anybody can do. Anybody can do that. Text me any questions. So here's one. Hey Dan, I'm noticing a lot of studies involving psychology or diet supplement, weight loss, and some virtual reality studies on anxiety and depression only have locations listed as hospitals or universities. Is there a way private research site can get involved in one of these types of studies? They usually take place in hospitals or universities. So these would be considered investigator-initiated trials. These are typically small studies. If you look at the enrollment, they're usually very small studies. It's usually only designed to be done at one site. So for a private research site to be involved in these kind of studies is virtually impossible. I've been doing this for 16 years now. I know what you mean. These are interesting studies. Our industry-sponsored studies, sometimes they could feel like, oh, it's just another Me Too drug. It's kind of like the grunt work of research, but it's what pays the bills. And every now and then you do get an interesting study, even in our industry-sponsored trials. Every now and then you do get like a paradigm shift type of study. They come. I mean, they happen, but let's face it, the majority, it's just like watching a football game, right? The majority of the stuff is blocking and tackling. You don't get the highlight reel plays, maybe one or two a game. If it's a good game, you might have like every possession maybe. Um, but as far as like these kind of like virtual reality, first of all, it's gonna take a sponsor to invest a lot of money in this VR stuff, like on anxiety and depression. I don't think we're there yet for this to be done at scale. I don't think we're ready for Oculus, which is owned by Facebook, which is one of the leading virtual reality companies, to sponsor like big clinical trials. I think it's coming. I don't think it's here yet. So I think the stuff you see on clinicaltrials.gov are investigator-initiated trials. Same thing with supplements. Those are usually nutraceutical companies. They only need a few sites. They typically do very small studies, and they typically, or the diet studies are typically done by universities, where they get grants and then they write protocols and they do the studies themselves. And same thing with psychology. A lot of the psychology assessment studies, behavioral therapy, those are done more on IITs at academic level. So unfortunately, no. But that doesn't mean that every now and then you don't get an exciting study that's industry sponsored as a site. But most of it is not going to be exciting. Hate to break it to you, but that's the way it is. However, so this is for the sites. If you are somebody, an individual, interested in working on these trials, I still think these are great. Like if you have an interest in working in research and you have a particular interest in anything, but anything I discussed here, psychology, diet, supplement, weight loss, virtual reality, anxiety, depression, or anything else, this is why I love clinicaltrials.gov. Anything that you're interested in and you can combine with your clinical research expertise or your desire to learn. So you can have two things. You can have some knowledge on the indication or some knowledge on research, or both. If you got both, you can name what you want to do. There's a shortage of researchers. But if you've got one of those two, you can position yourself to get in on some of these things. So if you got one of these two, sometimes it's actually better to look for a career for these smaller studies because you can find the direct contact for these studies. It's almost the inverse. Small is the new big. If you're looking for a job, you might want, or starting a career, you might want to go smaller as opposed to going with the big Eli Lilly sponsored study where you're not going to get any contact. You're just going to get a random inbox that they're going to just ignore your resume. So for sites, you kind of want to go, like stay away from these kind of studies. You're not really going to get anything there. But for individuals, it might not be a bad place to go. So hopefully this helped. Let me know what you think. Catch you later. Bye bye.